This is going to be the weirdest thing I've ever said, but I wish that I was bullied. That sounds really weird to say out loud because obviously being bullied is a bad thing. There's people who have lost their lives to bullying. There's people who have done dangerous things, crashed out because they were bullied in school. And for me, I'm going to be real. I was not bullied in school. I never really was, to be honest with you. I stayed out the way. I had my little friend group. We play Xbox, go to school, talk about video games, head back on Xbox, and just repeat and rinse and repeat. And I know that's like a very weird thing to say. Why do you want to be bullied? Who's willingly would say, hey, let me be bullied again if I could go back in time? And look, this reasoning I'm about to give is coming from a toxic place. I'm not gonna lie, but of course I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna be PC about it. I'm not going to, give like the politically correct answer of no, like I'm keeping it 100% real. The reason why that I wish I was bullied was because when you are bullied from an early age, you're constantly getting made fun of, whether it's for your looks, your abilities, whatever the case may be. A lot of people who end up being bullied, you get put on this like scale that you can go in either direction. Now, there's the left scale side of it where you take it on other people. Now, this does result in like the extremes of this is like the shootings that we see. Of course, I'm not gonna. In that case, yes, it's absolutely bad. But you have like that much of an extreme, where basically on that side, you are not doing anything with it. You're taking it on other people. You're harming creatures and people, animals, everything because you are just getting bullied. Kind of like the victim mindset in a way. And in that way, no, I don't wish I would be bullied so I can have that. But then you have the other side. You have the other side of the spectrum, the people who were bullied. They were bullied for their looks. Maybe they didn't get girls, whatever the case may be. And what did they do with that? They took that pain and they transformed it into something extraordinary. They got rich. They became jacked. They started talking to more people. They started socializing. They started to better their lives because they were tired of being a loser. They were tired of being like the ignored friend in the group where anytime like you would talk to girls, you just always felt left out. They were tired of feeling like no one cared about them, that they were overlooked. They were kind of the joke, the butt of the joke when it came to the group. And when those people finally say, you know what, I don't care. I don't care. I'm improving my life. I'm going to be better than this. When I go back in that group, they're going to be poor. They're going to be poor. They're going to be, I don't know, in our 20s. They're going to be working jobs they don't like. Meanwhile, me, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be in better shape than them. I'm going to have better women, better looking women, whatever. And of course, this can go either way. Like I said, it's a spectrum. But knowing me, I know that if I would have got bullied when I was a kid, I would have used that pain to transform it into something good. I just know you wouldn't see me on the news for that, for the other reasoning. And even though one could say that this is toxic, that, whoa, like, it's not good for you and that, you're using pain as a fuel and whatnot, I'm actually a big proponent, especially early on of whatever you're trying to do, to utilize the pain that you have. You see this a lot when it comes to like musicians or athletes or anybody that is like doing something successful like in a field and they're like the very like top 1%. They have these stories, they have pain attached to them. Shaquille O'Neal used to say where he would make up stories in his head so he can, kind of create this story, this narrative. Oh, they hate me. Oh, they don't believe in me. So then he can play even harder. Same thing with Michael Jordan. You hear these stories all the time where like these athletes, they go kind of schizo mode. And I'm gonna be real, I fit more of that mold. I fit more of the mold where like I'm the type of person that will create a story in my head so I can like get this boost of motivation. And I think it's about utilizing that boost of motivation in spurts. Now, of course, I do love peace. I do love the ability to, have some happiness and peace in my life. So, of course, like I want to implement that. Of course, I would make whatever I want to do as purposeful. But I think when it comes to motivation and really getting the ball rolling on whatever it is that you want to do, a lot of it comes from pain. It is taking that pain and turning it into something great, turning it into power. And even though, sure, the rise can be unhealthy, The way that you can sustain it, you can sustain it in a healthy way. For example, let's say you're like, okay, I got broken up with. I was with my significant other. I found them cheating, and I'm heartbroken. I broke up with them. I'm heartbroken. I'm absolutely crushed. So what do? You discover the gym. The revenge glow up. You see this a lot on social media. I need to get my revenge glow up body. I'm a boss up on my ex. Oh, look at my ex. She's with this guy now, or vice versa, or like they're in a worse position, and I'm over here. I'm bulked up. I'm cut. I'm lean. I'm feeling good. I'm making, like you just, like that whole 9 yards. And even though, sure, was it the healthiest thing? No. Like, we can agree that, like, yeah, you should, do fitness from a place of love. It should be from a place of love and sincerity. But he got the gains, they got the gains, and now they can sustain that with a healthier mindset. They can sustain it with, okay, you know what? I actually do like this. I'm going to keep this as a routine. I'm going to keep this as a habit in my life. I'm going to make sure that I continue this. And I think that transition from going from having the pain to doing what you need to do, getting the results that you want, and then transforming it into a more positive, more wholesome thing and kind of moving a little bit more with like love. That's like I guess you could say that's like the life cycle in a way. And for me, the reason why I wish I was bullied in particular as opposed to any other thing is because I wasn't bullied or anything, I was I was in the middle. Like I was more so in the middle. No one, yeah, I had some people make comments about me, but it wasn't strong enough for me to be like, oh, I need to change my life now. Like I'm thinking about them 24/7. No, not really. Sure, yeah, they said a few things. Okay. Like it wasn't anything impactful. So I know that if I was bullied, I would have took it more to heart and I would have used that. Any like it's something there's something to say about being on a scale instead of being like in the middle. And I think if you're not bullied, you're in the middle unless you're getting like positive feedback or something. But like if you're kind of in a similar situation to me where like you weren't bullied, you were not bullied as a kid, but you also didn't get like Jesus Christ, bro, like my freaking voice. So like if you were in a position where like you never got bullied, but at the same time like you never got like that positive feedback as well, like you kind of felt like a ghost, like you were invisible, that I feel like it's like a weird place to be in because you don't know what to operate from. Do I operate from a place of love? Do I operate from a place of pain? Do I get pain? Like this is gonna sound crazy. I know this is, bro, this is gonna sound so insane, but like I'm being completely honest here. When I started to slack on YouTube in 2024, it was the end of 2024 I started slacking. I took a big break from my other channel, I Am Apollo. That was like my old channel if you want to, I don't post on it anymore, but that was the channel I was working on. This is going to sound ridiculous, but I actually thought of what if I got in a relationship just to get heartbroken so then I can have that motivation to go back on my channel and work 10 times harder. That sounds crazy. That sounds ridiculous. That's literally like, what do you even? Why is that even a thing on the table? But that's just how much that I know that like pain helps. Like pain can push you. Pain pushes you to places that you never thought you can go to. And for me, like I kind of want that. So who knows? I might be looking for my canon event. I might be looking for my first heartbreak. I might look for something that's like, something that can really push me and really allow me to kind of like springboard myself because I don't really have that. I'm moving like this kind of not aimlessly. I have like a mission, I have a goal, but it's just there. So, yeah, I wish I was bullied as a kid.